Headline number two, which also is about a new CEO, and so it's kind of
Yes.
apropos or very a nice segue here we've got going. Wonder if that was planned, and do you think so? I don't know. Pray tell. All right, according to Retail Dive, the new department store
I love that
Kohl's,
you're
or
just patting yourself on the
I
back.
don't.
Like Chris
I'm
is
not
just gonna
patting
sit
myself
here
on the
and pat.
back. I'm just like
Okay,
saying like
okay,
this is what we did, you know.
okay, okay, okay.
According to the Retail Dive, I think I said the new department store Kohl's is anything but new. The department store Kohl's has tapped Michael's CEO Ashley Buchanan to lead the retailer beginning early next year, replacing Tom Kingsbury effective January 15th. Buchanan has been CEO of Michael's companies since 2020 and in a 13-year career at Walmart held various executive roles, including chief merchandising and chief operating officer for Walmart US e-commerce. And what do you think of Buchanan as the new CEO hire for Kohl's?
Oh man. I think he's a great person for this job.
I think so
I
too.
will especially be looking to his time at Walmart to help Kohl's grow because I think that's a similar customer demographic. It's a similar income demographic, and product set realistically for where Kohl's really needs to be strong. But Chris, my question is actually like after Kingsbury leaving, I mean, we thought he was pretty decent too. I'm just one
Mm,
and the earnings. I mean, I'm
mm,
just curious, what is there to do? Like, how can you save this? And so
yeah.
my tell will really be how long does Ashley Buchanan stay there after? Like, is he going to be a year in and out because there's really no salvaging what's left of Kohl's right now? Or do we start to see things turn around from him? But I think it's the right person for the job, the right background for the job, especially given the similar customer demographics that I mentioned. But where do you fall on this? What do you
Yeah.
think?
I I think you're bringing up a good point. Yeah, I actually think he maybe jumped ship too early, going back to the first headline, because I think I said like
Mm,
3 or 4 months ago that he'd be a good candidate to take over for Cornell at Target. But now
yeah.
that ship is essentially sailed. And I think it is an uphill battle.
Yeah.
To your point about Kingsbury, I thought, I always questioned his hire because he was from Burlington. I called him Burlington Tom for a while. Like, again, that
Yeah.
guy doesn't have a lot of digital experience. And so what did he do? He did the things he knew. He brought Baby into the store because Burlington was a success of Baby. But like we actually hypothesized back, I remember when we were doing this podcast at Shop Talk Europe, we're looking at Kohl's second quarter earnings. We're like, oh
Hmm.
my God, this is only going to get worse. And look, here we are. Now it did. And their earnings report yesterday said that sales were down 9% comparably in the last quarter. So that's crazy. But on paper, Buchanan looks like the right guy. He's done a great job at Michael's. Like he's done a good job there, and he also listens to our show. So kudos to him for that. But so he's definitely got his job cut out to him. I'm not sure there's anything you can do with Kohl's at this point, though. But I
Yeah.
wish him the best of luck, and I think he'll like that we're saying this to him. But we are going to objectively comment on what we see him try to do here going forward.
Yeah.
But I think he's got the right chops to lead this type of retailer too. That's the last point I'd say, Ann, which is like, you look at what Michael's done. They've expanded their marketplace pretty broadly.
Mm,
They've created an experience platform to coordinate events in their stores for parties, for dates, for meetups. They allow makers into their stores as well. So they have extended their brand in a way that people didn't think was possible. And that's the kind of thing that today's leader needs. I said this to a consultant this week. You have to understand as an executive how to use digital to extend the relationship with your brand.
yeah. And
And
that he's
that's what I
willing to
think.
test. Yeah. And that he's willing to test that kind of stuff like you're talking about in
Yeah.
the stores.
Yeah.
And figure out not just testing it, but okay, if we're gonna deploy this maker's marketplace in store, like how are we gonna scale that realistically? Because that's a very hard thing to do. And so I think that to me shows that he's at least willing to hopefully try some things like you're saying that incorporate digital that allow Kohl's to scale some of these initiatives quickly, to hopefully save that business.
Yeah, and you have to have
Um,
that mindset, and that's
mhm.
the reverse engineer bicycle. Remember that analogy we used to talk about a lot,
Yep.
like
Yep.
learning omni-channel retail is learning how to ride a bike that is reverse engineered to when you want to go to the right, you have to turn the handlebars to the left.
Yeah.
And so
Neuroplasticity.
people with digital mindsets like he has that have grown up in e-commerce have that.
Hmm.
Legacy merchants that have grown up in 20 years inside an organization are not likely to have that, and that's what the boards have to realize.